This video is intended for people who are responsible for their HMIS system at its source and are therefore assigned the role of Data Source Administrator in HomelessData.com. HomelessData.com is a robust data management framework. It is an HMIS data warehouse that provides a lot of flexibility for data integration and reporting. Each instance of an HMIS system is considered a data source in HomelessData. Most data source administrators will also be the administrator for a single data source, although they may have access to others. Let me explain. In this view, I am logged in on a demo account that resembles what a data source administrator's login may look like. You can see this list of organizations that I have access to within my data source, as well as one organization that has data in a different data source. Data source administrators see and manage all of the organizations and projects that have data in HomelessData.com that came from your HMIS. You may have just one organization on your list or many. You're likely to have many if you are also an administrator for your continuum of care. What I am seeing here is a list of users that have different roles in my data source. As an administrator, you will manage all aspects of user accounts for your data source. To create a user, click this green button and fill out the information. You must add an email address, and this should be the same email address that is used in the data source or HMIS, and will also be the username for HomelessData. Then hit Next. On the next screen, you can either set the user's password or simply send them a welcome email and instruct them to enter their email when prompted, and then to click the Forgot Password link, which will send them an email to set up their new password. You can customize the email to meet your particular needs, to alert the user of training or to introduce yourself. On the next screen, you will see the user roles. As the administrator, you are responsible for assigning roles to users who use your data source to manage data. You can grant either an administrative or reporting role to any projects within organizations within your data source. The primary functional difference is that administrators can manage users. Data source administrators also see everything, all of the organizations, projects, users, and clients that have a record in the data source. Administrators at the organization level can manage users for that organization, but users with reporting roles as well as administrator roles at the organization level can see all projects and clients that are associated with that organization. If no role or a default role is assigned, then the user can only see the data that they upload. This is another way that permissions work in HomelessData.com. Each of these users has just the level of access that they need. This also means that in addition to having access to projects in your data source, they may also have access to other projects and other systems. This flexibility means that the system can be adapted to meet a wide range of data collection and reporting needs. User roles is a key way to manage permissions and access to data. But there are also safeguards. HomelessData associates data to the user that uploaded it. So if a data set is imported through an automated process, the system will check to see which user is associated with that particular data set. That person is then automatically granted access to all of the projects contained from that particular import. Since the source HMIS system trusts the user to be able to send data for this project, HomelessData will give them access to any data uploaded for that project, both historically and going forward. These same permissions do not apply to data that is manually imported. Automatic imports will appear on the list once the data is sent from the source, while other CSV files need to manually be imported. Data from a particular project is updated as new data is imported, and whoever has access can work with the most recent data available. To get started, we recommend that you, as the data source administrator, import a full set of data from your HMIS source going back to October 1st, 2012, if possible. This will ensure a full history of the data, including all relevant clients and enrollments. If you import a full set on a regular basis, the data is always relatively fresh and available for reporting. Here's the suite of reports that are currently available to you. Each report gets run for a date range, and you can select the organizations and projects to be included. If you want to run a report over all organizations or all projects, just leave those drop-downs blank. The data quality report can be run over an entire data set for a quick review of all projects in your data source. The APR and CAPR reports can also be filtered for any age range, chronic status, and veteran status. It is important to distinguish between reporting as a service and data warehousing. HomelessData.com provides both of these functions. With reporting as a service, Simtech Solutions works directly with HMIS vendors to provide reporting functionality to the users of their software. The reports are run over all data that is sourced from this specific instance of HMIS. Advanced data warehousing allows data that comes from multiple HMIS and potentially non-HMIS software applications, or from multiple instances of the same software. This technology provides the capacity to define and report over regions and also allows client records to be linked together in order to provide a single view or profile of a person's activity across different data systems. If you need further assistance or support, please review the materials on the website, and if that doesn't do it, submit a ticket